Good evening, friends. Good evening, humans. I hope everybody heard about the Big Bang. Not a big bang banging the banks, but the Big Bang that so-called scientists are banging around, presenting a very obscure information as a truth. So, if you didn't hear, do the little search on search engines. I would recommend a Bing search engine rather than the other one that everybody talks about. So instead of Googling, you can Bing it or bang it. Bang the big box. Bang the big bangs. And you can bang whoever you want. If they, of course, agree with you or they give their consent. So today's little chat goes like this. Big Bang Theory is nothing else but saying we believe in no God. Of course, this is, as my every other little chat comes, everything is in the title, even the answer. Yet I have to elaborate, I have to really show you the scientific scam of all the scams, that we believed that nothing has been before, and suddenly after the Big Bang, I don't know, something start farting around and creating, don't know what, light, dark, duality, atoms, DNA codes, humans, and they planted here and there a couple of trees, so we have to climb on the tree and pick up the fruit of forbidden knowledge that nobody is actually allowed to touch it, otherwise we'll be all doomed. So of course they presented to us all this old theory of Catholicism or biblical prophecies that we are doomed civilization because we want knowledge. So there's another scheme there. Knowledge they presenting to us is pretty much fake one. Yet they're allowed to go and dig deeper and putting all the blames on the humans who, especially a particular one who's guilty here is a female because she convinced this atom to pick up a fruit of forbidden knowledge so she can bite it. So she bit the forbidden truth. Well, who was the one who presented to her? In the biblical stories it looks like snake. So what do we believe? The snake? Suddenly snakes are so clever. Yes, they come from reptilian, class of creatures. So, but we never talk to snakes. We don't hire snakes in our scientific societies. Reason why? Because they are not clever. They don't talk, they don't communicate the same language as we do. Considering why we have all these snakes everywhere we turn around. In scientific symbols, in medical representations of their beautiful knowledge, how they can cut you open and how they can kill you slowly. Reason why I'm talking so badly about all of these freaks is because these creatures have no true meaning for their existence. They're only, which these creatures I'm calling scientists, medical, they all belong in the same garbage bin, yet they don't have a clue why they're doing it, why they're banging everybody around with a wooden stick and pretending they're actually healing them or they're teaching them something new. No problem, we'll smack you a couple of times and we'll give you an atomic bomb. Ooh, So who actually gave us atomic bomb? Some so-called reptilian class of fake citizens who infiltrated the humanity, pretending they are humans. Because do we need extra energy? No, we already have it. Yet nobody want to touch a true natural scientists, organic scientists who are walking here. And we talked just 100 years ago, Nikola Tesla gave everything to humanity. Why this little dude is not addressed more often in these so-called scientific circles? They're talking Einsteins, Schopenhauers, and all the other freaks who invented such a terrible, terrible atomic weapon. Plus, they're talking about people who invented, or creatures who invented the healing techniques, how to transplant the brain or transplant the heart. Are you kidding me? Check the Nobel Prize laureates. They're freaking madmen. They're the Frankenstein's fathers. Or they are the Frankenstein doctor who start dissecting the human body and the soul as well, until they found a way how to actually harvest it. We have been harvested since our pretty much inception of the humanity on this planet. Yet today we get very, very clever as a humans. So we start recognizing when we have been harvested and start wondering why we don't live like Noah, 900 years, or Methuselah, more than this, and so on. Many people are questioning now, and knowing who's actually creating all this, well, disadvantages for humanity, that they cannot live more than 50, 60, 100 years, and the second part of their lives are total misery. First part is like going through the very thin eye of the needle, and we have to actually fit in all this society laws and regulations and rules and healing techniques, or called killing techniques, that the medical system have. So when we get older, we have, of course, a business plan already in place, or our insurances, our medical insurance is in place to kill us very slowly and very expensively. Yeah, it sounds very ridiculous what I'm talking, right? You cannot just delete 2/3 of society that so believe in medical system, that so believe in the science that Einstein's and all the relativity crapsters invented it. Sure. But why nobody is questioning what I'm saying here? Why nobody of these so-called scientists are allowing themselves to be in my presence, communicating with me, start really discussing openly what they're doing? No, they don't do openly like I do. They just going covertly, and they're going in the background of, let's say, some other achievements that some alien species gave bits and pieces of technology, so they try to build it. They do call it reverse technology, like they have a material and they try to find a process how to build this material. We don't need this. We already have all this knowledge. We don't need to sell ourselves to the enemies or to the alien species who are so-called technologically advanced, so we can put ourselves on the pedestal of Nobel laureate. I am the one who actually, or whatever. They are the ones who get Nobel Prize for medical achievements by transplanting a brain of the mouse to the human skull. Sure. I mean, why do we need this? Why we don't go with intent and in direction that we teach a human to start healing itself? We teach the human that all the knowledge is already within us, yet how to actually uncover it, what to do with this Big Bang theory, or Big Bang not able to fail. I tell you, they are failing. Big Bangs are failing, and Big Bang theory is failing big time. Reason why? Because Nikola Tesla is coming back again on the surface of this humanity with a very humanitarian approach, that every single human will be able to get free energy without blowing any kind of Nagasaki's or Hiroshima's or Korea's or any other poor souls that are trying to be sacrificed. Nikola Tesla will come with a solution. I mean, he already came with a solution, but it will come out for you to hear it. Are you going to use it? Don't know. Maybe you can start driving electrical car for a beginning, and it's called Tesla. Maybe this Tesla car will have unlimited resources to get electrical motors running just from thin air, as this is by creation intended, because the flows of energies around us are absolutely humongous. And who creates this energy? You, me, and everybody who is human. Our heart is the most powerful engine of this planet. Our heart is the most powerful atomic source that it can feed billions of people. One heart. So we have 7 billion hearts, or at least, partially discovered. Because if you're not fully human, you cannot utilize these, let's say, technologies of the heart. So what to do with this information is what I'm telling you. Nothing. Or you can start questioning all these freaking scientists who are lying in your face, and they call themselves specialists, and they're talking about some invasions from who knows where, yet invasion already done. We were invaded by the stupid, reptilian and draconian creatures who pretend they're humans. Why you never hear about this in the mainstream media? Because most of this mainstream media is or was in a full control of these reptilian species, these so-called scientific, very pragmatic creatures who will pretend, like a Hawkins, I'm barely talking, but I'm very smart. Who cares that you cannot talk? Did you ever ask yourself why you cannot get healed? Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you're too terrified of really admitting what is laying beyond or below this kind of surface skin of yours, and cover all over your body, that you're actually just pretending who you truly are. When you're going to tell the truth? I'm talking about Anthony Hopkins. I don't know Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, I'm talking about Stephen Hawkins, the guy in the wheelchair with all the technological gears so he can write the books. They mean nothing. They truly mean zero to the level of true scientific discoveries of, doesn't matter, we call it physics or human existence and whatever crap they are putting there. Look at the title. Brain scientists invent world first IQ boosting supplement. Really? So what? You think they're not smart enough to recognize that brain has nothing to do with the wisdom? Yet do they tell you this? Do they tell you that this brain scientist doesn't exist? This is a total fabrication of half hybrid, half alien, half pharmaceutical so-called achievement that we supposed to be in awe what they're doing. So, Big Bang Theory, these creatures have no beliefs, but in themselves, in their specialty, in their uniqueness, in their total wisdom and knowledge. Where is God in this story? Who created all these atoms? Who created the soul that they carry around? And they are actually trying to steal from others. When this technology comes to your face, you'll be, huh? Really? There is a technology to steal other people's souls? Yes, there is. So, enjoy if you if you want, if you dare. Start challenging these guys. Start challenging everybody. Start challenging me. Maybe I'm full of shit every day, but on Sunday, because I don't do recordings on Sunday. But I never know when Sunday is, so I just do whatever I want. So, challenge every single aspect of this big frigging theories of bank and banks, so you will start really living in the free world. Otherwise, you are just as lost as all of these scientists. Because if they serve you at the table that all this is true, what it's saying, that Earth is flat or it's square or it's cube or it's like, I don't know, hollow, you would eat it for breakfast and they will repeat the same mantra for lunch. So you will eat it again. For how long? For how many centuries you have to believe what everybody else, they put themselves above you, to be true? For how long?